Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome to another Chronicles of Darkness, Vampire the Requiem, Requiem for London. Haven't things blown off at the last Elysium? Talking about that, Marcus has found himself snug as a bug, safe in his haven, and has basically invited two Kindred over because, well, the city isn't quite as safe as it used to be. Well, it wasn't safe before, but now it's even less safe. And if nothing else, he has the home ground. So with that, I'd say Marcus has got the assault rifle ready to grab, but not literally in the hand as people are coming. And we shall start the scene there. Him waiting for his two honored guests.
Ali knocks on the door.
Marcus does the same routine as last time, and then lets her in.
Yep. She'll walk in.
Closes the door. Oh, glad to see you managed to get out there alive.
Yeah. More or less in one piece. It's quite interesting.
Yeah, seems I left just at the right time.
I mean, if you say so.
I say so. He smiles and offers her a nice, comfy place on the couch.
Yeah, she sits down, makes a little bit of a face as she sits, just, holding onto her ribs or something like that. Like, yep.
Marcus, you get a text message.
He takes out his phone and looks at the text message.
You in? Question mark.
Yes.
Okay, loser. I'll see you in 5.
And he just writes winning.
You guys are be free, unless we want to skip to when I arrive. That's up to you.
I thought you were like literally on the door or something, texting him like.
No. It takes a little while for her. Like she'll be there in like 5 minutes or so. So there'll be a little bit.
So, yeah, damn. I thought Elysiums couldn't get any more hairy, but obviously I was wrong.
I mean, I approve with everything happening there. I have no regrets.
Oh, I'm sure you have no regrets. Nor do I.
Yeah.
Are you okay? Should I get the first aid kit?
Nah, I'm fine. It's just bruises mostly. I wasn't in like the hot fry of everything. It's just little on the side.
Understood. You were on the so to speak, on the periphery of the mosh pit.
Yeah, man, that was insane. I'm not gonna lie. That was something new.
Yeah. By the way, how do you like my new digs?
Yeah, cool.
It's definitely more. Ali can see that it's definitely better furbished now than it was before.
Check.
Yeah. Marcus just reflects. Oh, sorry. Yep.
So you decided to settle somewhere.
Yeah. You know, a guy has to set roots at some point.
I presume
So-
a guy does.
Not only.
Yeah, I should show you around my living quarters sometimes. It's nice. Sometimes there's a room or two.
I mean, I would say something about it, but then you'd probably try to bash my face in because you told me not to refer to it again, so I won't.
No, I was joking. No, man, I'm fine. And right now, I think I wouldn't stand a chance against you.
Let's just say I'm definitely a little tougher than the first evening you met me.
It's more like that at the moment. I'm not that that up for tumbling.
Not for that kind of tumbling, that's for sure.
It was insane, man. It was really wow. In all honesty, I hope I will never see something like that again.
Not only you. It is sad that it had to happen in an Elysium of all places.
Slam, slam, slam on the door.
That must be Natalia.
Who?
Natalia Belenko. She's the only other person I'm expecting. Sorry, should have mentioned that before.
Yeah, that would have been nice. Ellie is definitely more tense now.
Just a sec. He goes over, checks, sees Natalia, opens the door. Hey, glad to see that you're also amongst the living, or the unliving, as the case might be.
She's just looking at her phone. She looks at him and goes, so what I heard is actually true? Like there was some fucking big fight or something?
I've got Alley Cat in my living room, so why don't you come in and she can tell you what happened.
Okay.
Don't worry, you're my guest, so you're under my protection until
It's
you
the
leave.
other way around. Well, it's fine. No, I'll be cool. Hey, Ellie.
Hi.
Thank you for last time. It was fun or not, but hey, just know you might not trust me, and you probably shouldn't. But for what it's worth, as far as I can tell, I don't blame you because I would be just as suspicious if the roles were reversed. So there is that.
Sounds like a story I haven't heard.
Yeah, it is. But Ellie, are we cool? That's a no. Okay, that's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's cool. It's not like you were the one who attacked. Oh wait, look, I'm cool with it. But if you want to be distant, totally fine. I can respect that. But so wait, are you all right? She looks at her.
I'm fine.
You don't. What happened?
We refurbished Elysium.
And with
Fuck.
yeah.
So it's open war now, or what?
I would say the
Alley,
Civil War
great.
has officially begun.
Well, that's good. Hopefully that bitch will die, and I can truly put all of this shit behind me. I doubt I'm going to be that lucky, but hey.
Who would you like to see dead?
And Invictus, giant bitch. Like, doesn't matter.
Sounds as if it does matter.
Yeah, it does, but yeah, chances of you getting close to her is probably not very good. She's was able to dominate the entire room as last I saw her, so yeah, not putting the chances very high.
I see. Well, fine. Keep your secrets.
Oh yeah, by the way, have you heard any? She looks to Marcus. Have you heard any rumors about me, like I'm blood hunted and shit?
Out of character, was there an official declaration that Natalia Belenko was, to be killed on sight?
I'm not sure, since it happened more or less at the same time things began kicking
good
off.
Point.
But there is definitely, like, it was posted in the rumors that the sheriff is looking for her, so I assume that he would know that
okay.
something was up.
He'll just say, apparently the sheriff is looking for you, but apart from that, I haven't heard anything out of the ordinary.
Right, they killed my sire, and it was about time. So now I'm no longer with Invictus, thank fucking Christ. And, well, she just looks to Allie with a kind of a, like, giving up, like resigned, like, expression. Like if a sigh was a facial expression. And she just says, but due to certain things I was not aware of until very recently, I really can't help the Carthians as I want to, so I'm pretty much fucked. Well, at least I don't have to listen to his creepy gaslighty ass anymore. That's good.
My. Yeah. Seems not only big decisions and big changes for me.
Nope. That's true. So
still, just to get you up to date, still ordered your call and have leveled up, one could say, to a member of the Mysteries.
Nerd.
That's why you like me. He just smiles.
Nice. God damn it. Anyways, so we're at war, and is it like, are there actually sides, or is it just Invictus and Carthians going to kill each other, and Crone and Jesus, Sanctum going to kill each other, or what?
The only alliances I officially know of are the ones between the Carthians and the Lancair Sanctum against the Invictus. And rumor has it also, let's say, a certain part of the Order Dracul. Let's just say those that have ridiculous amounts of blood on their hand.
That would involve you, or what?
Negative.
So you're neutral.
Yes.
You do realize that for every one of those rich assholes who gets his shit punched in and gets dusted, I'm going to throw a celebration, right?
You know what? I'm looking forward to that party because it's going to be lit.
But I can't partake myself, which sucks, but, I'll manage.
But yes, there were several shouting matches before that happened. Then Samar was able to get and other Kindred were able to get their hands on a certain video that was presented in Elysium, basically showing the current government for what it is, a bunch of totalitarian assholes. And after that there was a bit of a verbal shouting match. The keeper threatened to nail Joshua to the roof of her Elysium, and it really sounded as if she meant it. And after that, well, the Carthians came in and there was one giant mosh pit, or at least so I've heard.
Can't say I'm too. Can't say I'm really not too down by that. So, were you there, Ellie, or?
Yes.
I
Yes,
was there.
I was there.
Sorry.
No,
I
that's
was
all
there.
he says.
Yeah, and I
Natalia
was
just
there.
Natalia just slowly looks to Ellie. Just, are you okay?
She's
Like,
fine. I already asked her.
you already staked me. Like, and you saw what happened. Like, oh wait, did you vote to just kill me right there and then, or what? No, I'm curious.
No,
Okay, well, thanks. I appreciate that.
but I wouldn't have voted for you walking around either. Don't get me wrong, this is not personal. You have all these big ideas about having left the Invictus. But as you said, someone who can apparently dominate an entire room is after you. Or do you want her dead?
Well,
how would I know this is not an elaborate plan of theirs to plant a spy amongst their midst?
Well, if I was the Carthians, two ways of doing this. Honestly, if I were to fly under the radar and really not be of any use to her, like doing like nothing and getting nothing, she wouldn't bother. Like, but the other real way you should do it is you know that someone could listen in on what I learn. So why not feed me bullshit? Why not feed me exactly what you want her to know? That is what I would do.
All I know is that the Invictus aren't afraid to throw their own people under the bus to get
Oh,
the
I
results
know.
that they want.
Oh, yeah. Where
So
do you think I left?
them allowing you to kill your sire might just
No.
fit entirely into their picture. Or maybe
Uh,
even thinking or letting you believe that you
it
killed your
was
sire.
it was an internal power struggle. I was forced.
It
They
doesn't
made me
change
kill my
anything.
sire to gain a position of my sire, I'm guessing. But I get the skepticism, or I get the caution. That's totally
Let's just say
understandable.
the timing is somewhat too perfect.
And trust me, if I'd known, I would have waited. But the sheriff was on my ass, and I really didn't have anywhere else to go. Honestly, not. I'm not like. I'm not dogging on the like here sanctum guys, but yeah, not religious. So there was nowhere I was going to go there. So yeah.
I've heard of domination schemes that can go on for years, so if I'm wrong, I'll apologize. But I'd rather be wrong and having to apologize than be dead, knowing that I was right in the end.
Good.
Marcus is just very quietly polishing the assault rifle, occasionally checking it here and there. Not in any of you two's personal direction. It also has no magazine in it at the moment. That is laying nicely filled beside him.
So, would it be... Should we just begin to go after their money as hard as we could? I think that would be the best way.
If we could somehow knock out their goons for hire, that would be useful too.
Maybe I do that. Maybe I... Goons for hire, is it like private security, mercenaries? What are we talking here?
At least what I've seen, at least one of the groups is a private security firm, but no idea if they've also got some more classic mercenaries ready. By the way, I'll send it to you later, but I was able to get most of what happened in the interesting part of the Elysium, so I'll send you that video later on, after I've edited it a little bit.
Wait, what? You video of like other Kindred doing shit or what? What do you mean the interesting bit?
Oh, let's just say before things came to a head, there was a lot of angry shouting, and I took the liberty of filming some of it, and after that,
Okay.
just leaving the audio on.
And I'm guessing the Spricksteinmeister, the circus guy was there.
Oh yeah, Joshua was there. Talk about a show.
I mean, it is his profession, so,
Yeah, no, don't get me wrong. I enjoy a good performance like any other man.
Yeah. I'm just not a religious person. It kind of rubs me the wrong
You'll
way.
find it refreshingly secular.
Are we talking about the same person? Have you heard
Yes.
him talk? Secular? No. They're all about vampire Jesus. Like,
Ali just has a tiny, satisfied smile on her lips with this conversation going on.
like,
You'll see. Or rather, you'll see and hear.
I mean, he's dropped the facade a couple of times, but I mean, you're not that committed if you don't believe it. Like, I mean, maybe it is all bullshit. Maybe none of them believe it. I don't know. I just don't see it very likely. But oh well.
Yeah. Oh yes. A few hours before things came to a head, the bishops of the Lancashire Sanctum had a little vote, and the majority decided that they were basically putting the kibosh on the prince, excommunicating him and his closest allies around him, basically.
When was this?
The same night, but 1 to 2 hours before shit hit the fan for real.
That may be good, you know, like that may be good. Maybe a good thing. The prince seems to be the center of all of this shit. I wonder where my fucking where the bitch is. Like she pro the prince, pro herself, pro all of this political shit really fucking annoys me. Isn't there like a place for some of us where we could just be ourselves and not deal with any of this shit? Like,
If you feel like venturing outside Greater London, finding some place off the beaten track and are willing to probably fight the Kindred who have entrenched themselves there for decades, maybe even a century or so, for it, and then create your own little jarldom, your own little free state, I guess, you can try. However, chances are just as good that you might be walking into the territory of the Lupines, and I have a hard time believing that they would be cool with us just sort of waltzing into the territory and trying to take over.
I get it, but it's just like I'm finally free and now I can't do anything. Because obviously no one trusts me, which is understandable, but fuck me, like this is a really rotten fucking deal.
Marcus looks as if he wants to say something, but decides not to. I don't know, grab yourself a ship and try your luck somewhere else.
You're not helping.
I mean, I can understand why the Carthians are wary, to say the least.
Right.
It just has to do with the very nature of the situation. A turncoat, willing or not, always brings up questions of loyalty. It's sadly just part of the beast, so to speak, in this case.
I know. I completely understand their motivations. What is it doing for me? I am still fucked. That's the problem.
Well, I don't even know the name of your problem, so I wouldn't even be able to start thinking of where I could help you.
Well, the player can't remember right now.
Mm-hmm.
Or I'm actually not sure if she has like erased her mind or my mind of her name.
Mm-hmm.
But I will. But Natalia will just. She'll give the name if she remembers, but she'll say, "What are you saying? Like you're saying that you're going to help me if I can find enough info on her, or what?" I mean, obviously we can't get close to her, so fuck. I shouldn't even discuss these things with you because then, like, this fucking blows. You know that?
And Marcus gives a surprisingly empathetic look for Humanity 6 Kindred. It blows so hard that it's coming out the other end.
Well, guys, I'm not going to stand here and be a stick in the mud. And you obviously want to talk about stuff with me not hearing it, which I understand. Again, it's fine.
Would you
So-
like me to call you an Uber?
No, it's fine. I walk home or something. Yeah, it's fine. But please have a good night and do take good care of yourselves. Don't don't fucking like get yourself killed or something. Okay? Nothing stupid like that. Don't do that.
I mean, haven't I tried to do the very opposite ever since you met me?
I'm trying. Okay? That's it.
Fair enough.
By the way, the bitch's name, or the name of the bitch is Esther Grimaldi.
Grimaldi.
Grimaud. I'm not sure how that's pronounced. Isn't that Grimaud or something? Anyways, that's her name.
I'll see what I can do. I'll keep you up to date.
Like, she's bad news, but look, if you help me and if I'm free of this, I'm going to do whatever I can for you for a significant long time. Okay? I'm just gonna say that.
I'll definitely keep that in mind. And with that, he'll walk to the door, open it up, and politely gesture her to leave.
Yeah, Natalia just more or less just disappears. Just poof, almost.
Yeah.
And yeah, she is out of there.
She is out like a bat out of hell. There we go.
So now Saskia can talk.
Aw, you didn't need to do that. You don't need to leave the scene. Jeez. Like, out of character, you don't.
It's fine.
Who said she has left? Sorry.
Yep, true. I corroborate that. She has poofed and she has vanished, as is befitting for a maquette. With that, Marcus closes again, settles down. Yeah, just shows you how topsy-turvy some of the stuff is.
What do you mean?
Also interesting, I hadn't known that she had shown up at, your Covenant store. Very interesting.
There was a vote.
May I ask how the vote went?
I mean, you saw her standing, right?
Fair enough. Sorry, sometimes we Kindred are so vague that I just have to ask for clarification.
No, I mean, it's basically a yes or no, live or die thing. Now, as much as I don't trust her, and as much as I think, like, I don't trust the Invictus that they've actually let her go, I would, like, want to destroy her straight out. Like, that would make zero sense. If I'd been able to nuance my vote, it would have been let her be staked until this is all over. And we'll take it from there.
Yep.
But it was just yes or no, so.
Live or die. Understood. Mind you, what wouldn't I have given just to be a fly on that wall?
Which is exactly why you're not. After all, we don't listen in on your conversations of your group.
Much appreciated. But then again, how do you know I haven't? I'm just joshing with you. Of course I haven't. I'm not that suicidal. I know that you guys have at least a half dozen mech kit, and probably one would be posted in every corner and checking stuff. So yeah. So trying to possess a fly would have been anything but smart.
I agree. I wasn't worried.
And I like you guys too much. But seriously, can I maybe bring you some more pillows or?
No, man, it's fine. I just need to take some time. Like, I got this healed in a bit.
Mm-hmm. Well, you are welcome to stay the day and heal up. And if you should be in desperate need of blood, I know some willing donors.
Much appreciated. I'll consider it, but at the moment I'm perfectly fine. Like, I'm top, and yeah,
Mm.
it's more that I haven't healed yet because being in that fight, seeing those things,
Mm-hmm.
just feels like the pain that I'm feeling right now, it's nothing compared to that fight and what happened there. So
He
it just
slowly
sort of
nods.
reminds me of, yeah, reminds me of the world changing, I guess. And although it's something that needed to happen.
Change has to have a purpose.
It's,
Agreed.
I wish it could go without as much loss of people. It's even if, like, a lot of these people are purely selfish and downright evil. I have no other word for it. I think a lot of people who got lost were just that, lost or misinformed or true to a system that backstabbed them, or like, even like we also suffered losses, of course. So I want to feel that for a moment before
You want to let
I
the pain.
forget,
Mm-hmm.
to care, you know?
Yes. Hmm. Yeah, that's something I'm trying to do. To care
Like,
more again.
it would be too easy to just heal this off and pretend
As if
that
nothing
nothing happened,
happened.
and that's just not the
I
case.
understand the sentiment. You want to let the pain sink into you, just so that you don't forget it. Not in a quick hurry.
Yeah.
I know the feeling. Yeah. Every time we lost a man, we had our moment. We focused on it, and then when the moment had passed, we filed it away until the right moment was there, just to fuel us Emotions are strong things. And yes, can lead you to make mistakes. But rage at the right moment can be the difference between existing and not.
I mean, I know this all needs to happen, and I'm, in a way, grateful to be a part of it, but I just don't want to lose myself in it. And that is something that I am slightly concerned about.
Yes. And Marcus stands up and has a really good look at Alley Cat. Does she seem any less human than before the fight kicked
No.
off?
No.
Marcus will even very slowly, very deliberately, in a clockwise fashion, slowly walk around her, clearly looking at her, taking it in, the breathing,
It's
the
kind of
blinking.
gonna, raise an eyebrow, like, what are you doing?
The raising of the eyebrow. He sits down. You don't seem to have detached any of your humanity yet. I'm happy about that. You're still reacting the way you would have reacted before. But if you want, I can keep an eye on you. As in, just occasionally checking in and seeing how you do. And only if you want that, I will give you a promise that the moment I see you slipping, that I'll grab you and I'll slap some sense into you. But you'll have to say those words. I can't make that decision for you. I will not make that decision for you.
Ali thinks on that for a while, but she finally just nods. Yes, just in case.
Marcus relaxes. Then you have my word. And he offers a hand. Not for shaking, but more for, that diagonally up grasping.
Mm-hmm.
And even though he only has got 2 strength, he'll grip it tight. I'll do my damnedest to see that you don't slip. I've already slipped a bit. And I'm fighting to get it back.
Sorry to hear, man. What happened?
I uplifted someone. And that took literally a piece out of me. Turns out it's not all about the bad deeds, too.
I see.
It is more about how human you can behave, how much you can remember how it was to be human. So be wary of the monstrous parts. Not to get too jaded. I mean, for crying out loud, somebody has to call me out on my bullshit.
Well, if I can return the favor, I'll keep an eye on you.
I would. More pairs of eyes are better. Julian is keeping an eye on me, but I wouldn't mind if you would either. Actually, I'll ask you to do that.
No problem.
I don't want to turn into that kind of monster that I detest so much. I didn't try my best to raise kids to be decent people, just to have them either see or even not see, but have their dad just become that he hates the most. Fuck that shit. I'm not interested in giving in to the cynicism, into the aloofness. Guess in that aspect I am spitting in the face of God.
I suppose.
At least according to some kindred. I'm not interested in spitting in anybody's eyes. It's pretty pointless anyway.
I mean, I agree to disagree on that. Sometimes spitting in someone can be quite interesting. As I believe we just showed.
Yeah. We can agree to disagree, and apparently we're already more the grown-ups for it than some other kindred.
The thing is, like, I understand you don't want to fight or...
I don't want to fight you guys.
You don't have to. You can fight on our side. At some point, as I said before many times ago, I think at some point we will all be forced to choose sides.
Well, should we find ourselves on dead ground, my choice will be very simple.
Just don't choose too late, because then you will be in a similar situation as Natalia.
That's why I didn't choose the axe. I'm not going to be their tool. I chose to be one of the mysteries, because somebody on the inside might have a better chance to figure out where exactly the rot is, and once I find it, I'll burn it out. And I will say that there is an almost menacing air, or let's just say a menacing way. Marcus says that. He clearly means it.
Just don't try to do it all on your own.
I'll let you in on one little Ventrue secret. Want to hear it?
If you want to share, I have no objection against any kind of information.
Of all clans, mine recognizes the importance of having people around you, having people who are willing to fight for you. In the most cynical way, people that you can throw against your enemy until they're tired, and then you can deliver the killing blow, if you want to go about it in a cynical way. Our strength is not fighting alone. We are not Gangrel. It is in cooperation and having people around you. In other words, basically, the same virtue that humans have, cooperation.
Did you just call me a loner?
No.
I was gonna say, because you and I both know what prompted Joshua's pretty little speech. That was no venture.
Never mind. He rolls his eyes, just sort of doesn't mind. Never mind. Never mind. If you don't want to hear it, you don't want to hear it.
I'm only messing with you, Marcus.
You know I'm bad at picking that up.
Part of that makes it even more worth my time. She winks.
Oh yeah, please, please. Tread a man while he's on the floor. Even he's amused at that one.
You'll do fine. Just be careful.
Yeah. That's why I chose a path to not be cannon fodder, not be in the firing line. Do you even know what the Mysteries does?
As I am not a member of the Ordo, I do not.
Well, then let me illuminate you on the fact. And he produces a notebook and very leisurely starts going through the pages. He obviously has noted something down. No, that's the wrong one. Pardon me, won't take too long. I just want to get my notes right.
Yeah, I'm sure you wouldn't want to misinform a potential enemy of your sect.
As far as I'm concerned, those that are responsible for the atrocities deserve everything that is coming to them. I'm not going to lift a freaking finger for those bastards. To put it very simply, the Sworn of the Mysteries are the political organ of the Order Dracul. We are the ones that go and try to calm both factions if, for example, a member of the Order and a member of the Carthians have been having quarrels or territorial issues or whatever. On the whole, we also try to keep good relations with the other covenants. We're the ones that receive the decrees, pass it on, give our opinions on the matter, and so on and so forth. And also might be among some of the Order that have a hand in deciding about general covenant policy. Originally, when I came here, I didn't want to have any track with the politics, but the sad truth is I'll have to get involved a little bit one way or the other. So I decided to approach it my way. Something else that is important to know. Once you're sworn, that's it. You're sworn for the rest of your existence. Until final death do you part from your covenant. No takesies, backsies. I have made my decision. And I'm going to live with the consequences.
And then I hope it won't come bite you in the ass later.
I'm convinced not everyone in the Ordo would condone if they knew what was happening. And I'm sure a lot have been left in the dark. When inevitably the hold is ripped in the body of the Ordo, they will need people who are not afraid to jump into the breach and try and hold it together and get some order, give some leadership if need be. I'm not saying that I'll be the one to do that, but I just might be one of those who'll be able to help with the process. Hopefully, at the end of all this, we'll have a better order than we had before.
I hope we end up with a better city, you know, Ordo
That,
or
well,
anyone else.
sorry, I assumed that went without saying.
Of course. I just don't know. Like, I get you, and I'm glad that you chose. You know, I think this is the worst time to choose. And I'm not saying you shouldn't, but yeah, just be very careful with what you're doing.
I normally don't like to vocalize this, but I like you enough, and frankly, to help with some of this. You can jot it down to fledgling foolishness, my ego, whatever you want to attribute it to. It's not really as if I could change anything in your head. And more importantly, I don't want to change anything in your head. Out of character, just a sec, please.
Yep.
Sorry, had to bell in someone. Anyway,
I mean, yeah.
But should I be put in a situation?
Ali will actually interrupt him for just a moment there, sorry. As she's like, oh, I'm glad you like my head. Just kind of winks. Grins.
You. Really, they should have called you Ali Fox.
It's not the same.
The vixen. But I am digressing, alas, as middle-aged men such as myself sadly have a habit of doing. And I'm not going to apologize for it. And with that, his demeanor grows very serious. Should I find myself in a situation where it is doing the right thing or dying for the right thing, let's just say I've been able to clear my conscience as of late. Death doesn't hold terror for me. I've just seen too much of it. It's too much of a well-known acquaintance. But I'd rather die for something that's actually worth a damn than just existing hollowly for something that's not worth it, that is just rotten to the core. There you go. That's all I have to say. He leans back, exhales a bit, puts his legs up on the ottoman. There, a window into my soul.
Rather melodramatic, don't you think?
You what, mate? You're having a laugh.
Of course. Yeah.
Sorry if I like to express myself. Sorry if it goes a little bit into the dramatic.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that's your venture side of things. It's cool, man.
Hey, at least I would like to think I'm not an irredeemable asshole.
Nah, you're pretty decent so far. I just hope you won't find at some point yourself in a situation where, your unbreakable bond gets you into more trouble than it's worth. That's all.
Well,
Because if you end up on the wrong side of things, I don't wanna, but I will fight you.
I wouldn't expect less. Although I've got the feeling if it would come to that, they probably would have messed with my head. If that were the case, I would only ask you to be so kind to pick up my ashes. Maybe throw 2 silver coins in there for the fairman, for old time's sake.
I think these people that are orchestrating this are extremely subtle. So far to the point that even dominate might be too obvious. And that's sort of what I'm afraid of. Someone told me something during our meeting, like the Carthians. And I don't know, like, I'm not someone who is, I'm sort of down to earth, and I don't deal in the mysteries of things. But he says, and I understand him in a sense. Like, I don't understand him, but I get it. He says it's all too convenient. I have a feeling that even us, even what we're doing, what we're fighting for, what we're standing for, this is a war within a bigger picture, and we haven't even begun to see the bigger picture yet, and that's sort of what worries me. Like, ultimately, I'm not saying we're doing something wrong or we should not have done what we did, because I believe that we should have. I'm glad that we're standing up against things that are obviously like not even
Okay.
close to anything okay, but
Agreed.
at the same time, why does someone want chaos in London? Why is the prince doing this? Why is it so obvious that we are all presuming the prince is doing it? I mean, I think it's the prince doing it, but why? I could think that someone like a prince would be more subtle. Although, like, I mean, let's be honest, he has kept this under the wrap for a pretty long time, but I guess I'm getting too paranoid. It's like, what if there's more to this, more behind this? What if there's a reason why this chaos is happening now at this time instead of like a month earlier or a month later or a year earlier or a year later? I don't know, man. Maybe I am losing it. I don't know, man. Tell me I'm losing it.
I mean, one of my crazy conspiracy theories was, I would put it that way, after all the shit I've seen and all the weird Byzantine shit that's going on, for all we know, it could literally be those unpleasant visitors at your place.
Yeah, the thought had crossed my mind as well, but
Or maybe or then again, a third party who's using them as well. At the end of the day, we're on the ground level. We can only see what we can see and what we can find out. I'm pretty sure that this whole story isn't as black and white as it seems. I'm actually convinced of the fact that that's not the case.
I mean, hashtag not all Invictus.
Hashtag New World Order bollocks, yeah.
It's like, I know it's not all Invictus. It's easy to say it's not all Invictus, but yeah. But why though?
Yeah.
I hate to say this, but maybe I should creep into some books. I don't know, man. It's not my style.
Dude, under other circumstances, put it that way, would the constellation in London have been a bit different? I would have been freaking over the moon being part of the Sworn of the Axe. But I know who they have to obey in the situations. And there's also another reason why I didn't just go like, no thank you to both. An unsworn always has to follow the commands of a sworn. Not the same thing. Someone of the mysteries can pull higher rank than on someone of the axe, for example. Unless under extremely specific circumstances, but you don't have to bother yourself with that. That's my problem, if it ever crops up. It gives me a little bit more autonomy, access to more resources, and I'm not necessarily even talking about money here. Although, thankfully, I have been able to stock up there. So, yeah, looking forward to Santa coming early this year.
Feels like being part of the Carthians is just so much easier than being part of your guys in that regard. Like, I just do what I do.
Mm. But yeah. What should I say? No, there isn't really. The only thing I can do is follow my heart and follow my head. And try to do the right thing. Don't forget, all plans collapse after first engagement with the enemy. That is a truth I can believe in.
Situation solved as quick as possible.
Agreed. At least I know I'll be no longer just some fucking little pawn for them. Now I'm more in the position of a knight. I've got more agency now.
I don't think I've officially congratulated you yet, but congratulations.
Thank you very much. Very much appreciated. And don't forget, whether it was under false pretenses or not, when those gangrels picked me up, when they trained me and when they initiated me into the Ordo, I did give an oath, and I take my oaths very seriously. And that was not to give away any secrets, and that I haven't. The information I've given to you, you could probably find it in some Carthian library of yours. It's not a secret. But, you know, it is as it is, and at that point I had chosen it myself. Those gangrels didn't force me. They didn't hold claws to my necks and force me to swear that. That was my volition. I will live, and I'll most likely also die with my decisions. And you know what? If it comes to the situation and you have to take me out, the only thing I ever really wanted was the freedom to do mistakes. My own mistakes.
I mean, we all make our own mistakes.
But I'm not planning to go into the night bemoaning and saying, oh no, what victim am I? That's empowering. That's not the kind of mentality I like to foster in myself.
Good.
However, I hope that we can still, and until further notice, consider ourselves friends.
Of course.
And that actually gives a bit of a relieving smile on his face.
If we weren't friends, Marcus, I wouldn't be here.
If we weren't friends, I wouldn't have invited you under my protection, even if it's just for the night. Or the day. We still have a very fluffy guest bed. Recently purchased it from IKEA. Built it together myself. Nice and sturdy.
And you didn't miss 5 screws.
You know what? For you, I'd even take out 5 screws.
I would hate to find myself on the floor the next morning.
See. And yeah, the Revenant I uplifted, mind you, for all intents and purposes, she's been a Kindred longer than I have. I'm pretty sure she would survive quite competently without me. But that said, I wouldn't mind being there for her. I wouldn't mind at the end being able to sit with her and just chat and just exchange experiences. Who knows? Maybe I still might have 1 or 2 pieces of information that could be really useful for her. At least now I know that she's not suffering. As Joshua and Co always like to bang on, I feel that I could face my creator with a good conscience. Not planning to, at least not for the next few decades. I mean, I'm only 45, you know, average life expectancy is a little bit over 80 for men. He smiles, knowing exactly the absurdity of his words. But it's almost as if he doesn't really care about the absurdity. I know it's a daft request, and you'll probably look at me really stupid, but a very old and very dear friend of mine recommended me to occasionally embrace the people I actually care about. Would you allow me to do that?
Dude, sure.
He stands up.
She'll do the same.
He'll, as far as a Kindred can give a warm embrace, he does. You could swear that he's probably even burning a little bit extra vitae not to be so cold. He hugs her, almost like a father hugs a daughter, and then releases her. Probably with the odd pang of pain in Alley Cat's body, but then again, she might not actually be minding that too much.
I mean, she agreed to it, didn't she?
Exactly. And with that, unless there is anything else that the players would like to say.
No?
And on that touching scene, we zoom out. So, with that, thank you players for playing. Thank you watchers for watching. This was another session for Vampire the Requiem for London. See you next time.